Hi, Anthony. It's Professor Melanie. I wanted to give you some feedback on your post, and I thought it would be easier than just typing a lot of information out. So when I read your posts, you have great interaction with your peers. You bring up good information. I can see that you are looking up references. But when you write out your information, you don't need to say that the journal of clinical and diagnostic research found, because if you think about it, a journal can't find something, right? Authors do, people do find things, but technically journals don't find things. So I wanted to bring this up so you could kind of hear my rationale for this. So what you might want to do is, it's best to avoid direct quotes whenever possible. So if you were saying even 10 to 15 minutes of PMR therapy per session was able to decrease self-perceived stress levels at the workplace, how can you put that in your own words? You could say, decreasing self-perceived stress levels at the workplace was found with even a short session of PMR therapy, right? Something like that. You can paraphrase it, summarize it. And then your references should be, your in-text citation, should be the author's last name. If there's more than 2 authors, you would put Gupta et al. So no R. It would be E-T space A-L period, comma. And then I don't know where you're coming up with the 4 from. You always want to put the year. So this here should be 2016. So it would be Gupta et al., comma, 2016. If it's the page number that you're looking at, because you pulled this direct quote from the page number, then you would also add comma, P period, 4 period. So I'll write it over here so it would look like this. And then you have your quotations around it. So that is how you would want that to look. Don't mind this red stuff that keeps popping up. So make sure that you're changing your citations to look like that. And then when I come down here, again, you're saying the Journal of Sleep Research, I would just say, how can you paraphrase this again? But then this is the part where I'm kind of confused, because you're using the Journal of Sleep Research, and this author, C. Simon, is not part of the authors here. So if that's a direct quote that they quoted someone else in, then you definitely want to paraphrase that. If not, you have to say, Simon as cited in Toussaint et al. So it gets really tricky. So my first advice is to try to just paraphrase or summarize what you're doing, and then that way it's easier to do your citations. And then I can tell, that's why I'm wondering, you must have just copied this from another source and pasted it or whatnot, but C. Simon is not one of the authors here again. So that gives me a clue that maybe it wasn't put into proper citation by you. So it's okay to say a study published in the Journal of Sleep Research, but you could say in a study published in the Journal of Research, Toussaint et al., and then the year found that PMR and other relaxation techniques helped with sleep, something like that. So that's my advice on that. And then this here, your this does not need to be italicized because that is your title of your article. If you click on this link, it will actually take you to a page that I have. Let me see if I can pull a different one up. Hold on one second. Okay, so someone else had used this one before. So you can see on here, and I've shown, there's a video on this in the APA writing tips. If you just click this button, Cite, it will actually put it all in proper format for you. And then the only thing it does wrong, which I don't know why they can't get it fixed, is the article title, so effectiveness all the way through this word relaxation, you only want the first word or proper nouns capitalized, or words that come after punctuation. And then the journal title should be capitalized. So the B, the C, the A, and the M, that should all be capitalized. And then you could leave ECAM how it is. So, and then I don't usually download this. I just copy and pasted it. For some reason, it doesn't ever work properly for me when I use the copy button. So you can just copy it like this, and then you just paste it into your work. So I feel like a lot of students continue to miss seeing that because it's saving you a lot of time, right? All you have to do is change capital letters to lowercase and vice versa, because the web link that you're using is not the proper DOI. And I don't take off points for that in this class, but I want to teach you because in other classes you could lose points on that, and that's it's one of the simplest things to correct that you don't lose points on, right? Above all things. So use the cite button when you can see that it's from the National Library of Medicine or PubMed, etc. So I'm going to go back to your other work here. Hold on one sec. Okay, and so this one is correct here. So, but this, again, when I look at your references, you only usually cite one little sentence of it. You know, you can give more information, you can cite more than one reference. It's a good way to just add more support to what you're saying. But here this one says a published review in Pain and Research Management, and that's not even the correct journal title here. So this definitely is something that I feel like you might have just copied and pasted, and you don't want to do that. You want to put things in your own words, even if you're citing it, but then you're not citing it properly because Vamheim is not one of your authors down here. So I just want you to be careful with that, because that technically is, when you don't have the proper in-text citation, is a form of plagiarism, but I like to teach students you know, how to do this properly. So I would like you to just send me a quick email that you watched the video, and if you have any questions, we can touch base and get back, you know, together on Zoom and touch base about it. But I just want to make sure that you have this properly understood, so that you, when you go forward in classes, you won't lose points on this or, you know, other things. But again, a systematic review, you know, you don't necessarily need to put that in there. When I think of what the wording that is being used, and this is not just something you're doing, I just decided I wanted to help you clarify this. What do you want to tell us about this systematic review that relates to what you were saying, right? So you're saying it's been studied for its effectiveness in pain management. So just simply saying, you know, this is supported by a recent systematic review conducted by Ju et al. 2019, that the PMR has been shown to reduce pain, you know, and even the secondary outcome measures. What does that, I guess I'm asking you to think about, what does that even mean to you in relation to what you're talking about in your post? So I've just done this for a couple of people a week, just to kind of help you kind of just see how I look at things, because you have great content, you interact well with your peers, but I think this would help you even take your writing and your support for your writing to the next level. So if you have any questions, please reach out, but please do email me and let me know that you watched this video, so that way, you know, I know that you were able to see the feedback that I gave you. But overall, you've been doing well in the class, so I just wanted to kind of just help you even further.